Hey guys, it's Miss Landry, and in today's video, we're going to be learning about lab safety. I'm going to turn the light on, it's a little dark. So this is lesson 1.3, and make sure you have your packet ready to go because you're going to answer some questions in your packet. So these are the questions. You should find them right in your packet. I believe it's on page maybe 11, might be 8. I'm not sure. I'll put it in the notes though. So the first question is, what should you do if you break glassware in the lab? This happens. Please don't be worried about it. It happens all the time. It happens so often that companies that sell lab glassware actually give a deal where, like, for a certain number of years, if it breaks, you can send it in and they'll replace it. Before you're using any glassware, always check it for cracks, because if there are cracks and you start to heat up the glassware, it'll probably break. So don't be afraid if it breaks, but here's what you should do. First of all, tell me about it. Don't be afraid. It's totally okay. You're not going to get in trouble. If anything's broken, just let me know. I will clean it up. I might ask for your help, but I'll tell you what to do. And it always goes into a box that looks like this one. We don't put it into the trash, because if you've ever seen what people do with trash, they push it down to kind of make more room. And if there's broken glass in there, it can cut their hand pretty easily. So tell me, I'll help you clean it up, and it all goes into the broken glassware container. And don't forget to check your glassware. Question number 2, what should you do if you're using if you're using glassware to heat something? So like on a Bunsen burner or on a hot plate, what's important to know about? And I'm going to tell you it's really important. Hot glass and cold glass look exactly the same. So you might not know that it's hot. Even if you take it off of the Bunsen burner and put it onto the tabletop, make sure that everybody around you knows it's hot, because someone might just grab it thinking it's cool. It doesn't look hot. Okay, so make sure it looks the same. Always check and use. We have these little rubber glove things that are temperature protection. We also have tongs that you can use to carry glassware. So make sure you understand it's always going to look the same. Question number 3, how do you smell a substance in the lab? This one's kind of funny. So look at this girl right here. First of all, she's doing a couple things wrong. One, she's putting her goggles up and putting her face right over a test tube. Don't do that, because for all you know, that thing is about to erupt and it would go right into your eyes. Secondly, she's gonna put her nose right over it and sniff. And that is not the way to smell things in chemistry. What you wanna do is waft. It's spelled W-A-F-T. It's a very cool word. And you basically waft it towards your nose rather than actually sniffing it. So waft, don't sniff, okay? If you spill a chemical in the lab, what should you do? Well, this is a good one. This happens too, so don't stress about it. The first thing you need to do is let me know. If somebody's injured, that's going to be way more important than anything else. And we're going to have a little tour of the classroom so that you guys know where the eye wash station and the shower are. But tell me, and I will give directions on what to do. Please do not clean it up yourself, because I know what those chemicals can do, and you don't want to maybe get it on your clothing, or it may not hurt right away. So please tell me if some chemicals have spilled. It happens. Like I said, it can be liquid that spills, it can be powder that spills, and we have different ways of cleaning it up. Sometimes we'll use cat litter, sometimes we'll use sand, sometimes we'll actually use another chemical to kind of take down the acidity of it or something. We do have an eye wash. Hopefully we will not have to use it. We have a shower. Hopefully, again, we will not have to use it. And when you're heating something in a test tube, always point the test tube away from people's faces so you can see it's angled, and you kind of want to move it back and forth. Otherwise, the glass will break. So those are some tips for chemical spills. Next question, at the end of the lab, how do you get rid of all of your substances? And that is going to be by following directions. I will absolutely have cleanup directions for every lab. I will provide you with those instructions on the board as well as verbally. If you're not sure what to do, ask me, because you might think it's okay to put these things back and it's not. Don't ever, like, let's say you have a tub of powdered material and you took out some of the powder and you ended up taking out too much. Don't put the powder back into the original container because it could be contaminated and then it will contaminate the rest of the container. We'll practice this, I promise. Just make sure that you know what you're doing. And if you don't, ask me. Okay. Whoa, this is a lot of pictures. What do you do when you're done with your lab? So the lab is done. You want to get out of there. It's right before lunch. First of all, right here, I'm going to get a little highlighter. Hang on. There's some cool stuff on here. So we'll focus. So first, you're going to wash, dry, and put away, all your glassware. So any beakers you used, any flasks, anything at all needs to be washed and put away. You're going to return the chemicals to the lab prep area. I'll have everything in one area, probably under the hood, which is you'll see it when you're in class. And you're going to return everything. You're going to wipe down your work area and then return anything back to where you got it from. You kind of want to make it so that your work area is set up for anybody that might need to work on it in the next class period. So wash, return, wipe, and return. Okay. Question 7, why do we wear goggles, even when we're working with stuff that we have in the house? And it's because of safety. You only have, you can't replace your eyes. So we need to protect them. The goggles are going to protect them from 3 of the main biggest dangers in a lab. Heating. Heating things can cause changes that we're not expecting to the products. And it can cause like explosions and stuff. You can have glass. Look at this test tube right here. Oops, sorry. Look at this test tube right here. Imagine if that shattered near your face. All those tiny little pieces of glass could end up in your eyes. And we do not want that. So I will be really tough about goggles because goggles are really important. And don't worry, everybody's wearing them. Everybody looks cool wearing them. So just put them on. All right, at the end of every lab, at the end of the day, what are you supposed to do? So you've cleaned, everything's done. Number 6, you've already done. That was the one about cleaning and wiping down. So the first thing you're going to do is wash your hands. It's possible that you got chemicals on your hands and you don't even know it. And it's not a big deal to you, but maybe like you go to lunch and you're eating a sandwich and now you've ingested those chemicals. So wash your hands at the end of every class. And finally, you do have to check in with me before you leave. I'm going to check your workstation, make sure you washed your hands. So you cannot leave chemistry class without checking with me first, okay? That is it for this video. That was a lot of information. Hopefully you got it all down, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.